everyone, welcome back to the Elden Ring DLC Streams with the Game Fans. The best fans. The gamers.
Alright.
It's
You gotta fucking reel it in over there.
Oh yeah.
Slowly losing it. Yeah, welcome to the stream. My smoothie today was fantastic. In fact, I have some left over that I'm still drinking now.
We got 10 out of 10 smoothie.
That's the kind of information, exclusive information you get when you come early to the stream.
Only the best.
Yeah.
So then, what were we doing? Oh, we were running through the finger remove. Ew. Yeah. I guess I don't really have the best way of dealing with that right now, but we'll figure something out. And you know what? I can also fight the fallen star beast and win this time. That's also something I can do.
Oh yeah.
So that it feels like I'm still doing something.
Pop out chat.
Let's
And
put on my waves of gold.
this. Alright.
What do you think? Shield bros? Mimic tier?
Skeletons. They never fail.
I don't need this.
I've never even upgraded them. Oh, no, that's not true. I got them to like level 3. And I think I beat the final boss using them. I think I had to, right? I had to bring them along.
Please. Although I am curious to check out like the raising attack power after spirit dies. So,
yeah, that is interesting. I wonder if there's a duration on it.
Let's give it a test.
Oh! Oh, maybe it doesn't count if they die and like come back like skeletons
I
do.
don't think it. No, I think it has to be like actually dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that would be quite great if you could get like infinite
Yeah, because
dying.
the other effect from like the spirit talisman, that doesn't trigger unless they like die.
Get him, Shield Bros. Oh, come on.
It's a long tail.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it would reach me. Neither did that.
Oh, because it's flinging rocks.
Yeah.
I'm like
Rocks.
okay with that. It's more that you were behind a berm and it just hit you through the dirt. It's not targeting me, so yeah.
I should have gotten more FP flasks for this.
Happy Wednesday night. Hey, Marshall. A happy Wednesday night to you, too.
Why did it fling me back so far?
You know, Wednesday is a day devoted to Odin.
The more you know.
Pretty much every day of the week is... Almost every day of the week is dedicated to a different, like, Germanic pagan deity. But except for Sunday and Saturday. Saturday is Saturn. Devoted to Odin. The reason it starts with a W, right, like Wednesday, because in so Germanic paganism is the same thing as like Viking mythology, like Norse mythology. It's the same religion, but there's variations. Like the Germans.
Not that bad. Not that bad.
Oh yeah, congrats. I'm super curious how that is, because I think maybe at some point on sale or something I might get this DLC and then play through it with you. But and if
right.
If I do, I would want to use my mage and stuff. So and he already uses meteor shower, so he's like optimized to use more gravity magic. But there was a sad lacking of cool and practical spells. But
36, huh? Well, it's not that bad.
The key difference is in Norse mythology, Odin is really important, and I think he doesn't exist. He doesn't exist, or he's minor in importance in Germanic. Tyr was the big one, the guy who had the hand bit off. But anyway, the German. No, he did exist because. Yeah, no, I'm stupid. He existed in the German pantheon. But he was Woden with a W.
Woden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so Tuesday is Tyr's Day. I think Monday is just Moon Day. Same with like Sunday, obviously. And then Wednesday, Woden. Thursday is Thor's Day, obviously. Funnily enough, in German, Thursday is Donnerstag, because Thor in the German pantheon is Donar.
The more you know.
I don't know how it turned into Thor, but whatever. And so you know what Wednesday is in German?
What is it?
You'd assume it'd be Wodenstag, right? Because Donnerstag is Thursday. And they're the ones that spell Odin with a W.
We're going big brain move, guys.
Yeah.
Oh god, it looks so silly.
You may be disappointed to hear that Wednesday in German is Mittwoch, as in like midweek, instead of Wodenstag. A cataclysmic tragedy.
I think it's working.
Oh yeah, and Friday is like Freya Day. Right.
It's not working. It's not working, no.
Yeah, it's not.
Maybe it wouldn't be as bad if they didn't also decide that they can teleport.
Yeah. If they looked cool, I'd be willing to excuse their bullshit powers, but it's kind of lame because they took a spell that was annoying but balanced and they made it unbalanced. Like they made it way stronger. They took away like its weakness, but they kept the strong effect of like binding you like that. Because the fact that it would hit you and then you'd have to
finger mimic. What is that?
You could roll after being hit was like it was weird, and like you might panic sometimes and like not use it properly, but
yeah.
Finger mimic, I wonder if that can help you get through.
I think it's a crafting item, actually.
It's a what?
I think it might be a crafting item, like something they use to craft something.
Are you?
A nailstone.
Why don't you go through the crafting materials in your inventory? It's anything that doesn't have 600 quantity. There's got to be a finger mimic. Is that it there or no?
Where'd you see?
To the right. Down. And then over one.
Oh, this is the...
okay.
Yeah, something else.
Seems like a similar shape.
Ah, here it is. So yes, it is used for crafting items. What it's used for crafting, I don't know. Let me see if I can find anything.
I always thought it was odd that in school we didn't spend any time learning about Norse or Germanic mythology, especially because 99% of the kids in school have Scandinavian or German roots. Yeah, that is so fucking weird that, like, you'd think that local schools would appeal to the local kids. Like, the town I grew up in, everyone is... 100% of the town was Italian, at least when I was growing up. And kids would ask if you were anything except Italian, right? They would ask if you were Italian. Like, they would say, like, oh, what are you? Meaning, are you anything besides Italian? Are you Italian plus something? So I would say I'm German, as in, like, I'm Italian and German.
Makes sense to me.
But there was no Italian taught in school. And I could give a fuck about learning Spanish. Like, I just don't give a shit. I don't even give a little bit of a shit.
It used to be also very common for German to be taught in school.
Yeah, it makes sense because, like, the majority of the United States is German. It's like it's like 70% of Americans.
They slowly started phasing it out of public schools after World War One because there was a lot of British propaganda that was super anti-German. And we found out later that, of course, most of the British propaganda was absolute lies, but
yeah,
it is what it is, huh?
Such bullshit. It's so gay because it's like it's just so cucked. Like, the whole United States is like German, basically.
Yes.
Or Germanic, right? And, like, people draw some kind of...
There's nothing wrong with being German, obviously.
Yeah, but people make some kind of weird distinction between the two, but it's like it's your ethnic heritage, so that you're like it's like your...
It's your bloodline.
Yeah, it's like your yeah, it's like your phenotype or whatever. So, like, someone who's like Dutch, I think it is, or whatever, like Netherlands, they're all like Germanic, but they're not German, right? And, like, Belgium, there's a lot of, like...
There's two of them shooting at me, goddammit.
And even I think even French people like the Frankish.
Yep, the other one's shooting at me from impossibly far away. Impossibly, can't even see them. That's how far away it is. They really need to do a patch. And I'm not one for complaining about things that need to be patched in Elden Ring. I don't usually complain. But this is not okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that I will actually stand by. They should fix this so that I can actually get through this area without wanting to die.
I would also, but to be fair, I would say Greek mythology is, like, important, and, like, Greek stuff is, like, kind of a cornerstone of, like, the West. So it's fair to cover Greek stuff. But I was taught that in we were learning about Greek mythology, we were taught that Roman mythology just copied Greek mythology, which is completely false. It's not even slightly true.
In another fucking zip code.
And, like, that lie has caused so much, like, learning about Roman mythology to be tainted, where people will add attributes to Roman gods because they're similar to Greek gods that act in a certain way, or are gods of something. Like, a lot of gods will be gods of multiple things, and then it'll get muddy because they'll start saying that, like Artemis is the goddess of hunting and, like, the moon, and then Diana is the goddess of is also a female goddess, also like hunting and like I want to say deer. It's like her thing,
I
but
guess
not.
that makes sense.
But like not the moon, right? But then there'll be
Sure.
like art of her with like the moon and so like it'll just be the same as Artemis, but like, you know. Yeah, I get why we learned about Greek stuff, but wasted a lot of time learning about BS that didn't matter. Could have spent a lot. We could have learned a lot more European history.
Yes.
And that's like the most important thing you could be learning.
This is where most of the history in the world was happening.
Yeah, it's where like everything was invented. Essentially, when people talk about like the human race, they're just talking about stuff that happened in Europe. Like it's just that's just like kind of how it is. And then even now, when you're talking about world history, you're still just talking about stuff that happens in the West in general. Even if it's like people that have moved from other places to the West is essentially the world, as far as like the world stage is concerned. And that's also like your ethnic heritage is important, even if you're white. Gasp. So it's like, you know, depriving kids of that is like it's a real crime because the kids are going to turn into furries, right? They're going to find a culture, whether you let them have like a white heritage or not, they're going to find a culture to belong to. That's what humans do, and if you don't let them have their cultural heritage, they're just gonna be a furry or like a tranny or something. They're gonna go find something bizarre, and they're gonna latch onto that instead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go celebrate.
I know a lot of people who like get really crazy about the cultures that they manage to come up with.
Yeah, like they deprive like people with European ancestry in having European like cultural heritage. Unless you're like Italian or Irish, everyone else is like scared to be a European. And then as a result, they just go. Then they prop up like these insane like ideologies to attach yourself to, like fucking otherkin and shit. And then they just, you know. Then you see these like dads, and they're like walking around with they look miserable, and their daughter has this like, you know, $700 furry costume, and the dad just wants to kill himself. He's like, why did I even have kids? I hate my life. And it's like, man, maybe you should have celebrated like Midsummer or something. I don't know, you know.
Aww.
Maybe you should have been like, oh yeah, you know, like you're French. You know, we're French. Do you know that, little Lucy? Oh yeah.
Here, wave this flag around, please,
Hey,
for the love of God.
Hey, guess
Something
what?
else.
The French had the first the organized heavy cavalry regiment outside of, I guess, like the cataphracts. Whatever, they don't count. The gendarmes. Here, let's watch a documentary on the gendarmes. Yeah. You know. Instead of, why don't you become a furry?
Yes, then you'll be unique, right?
What a culture.
Yeah. People do look for stuff to define themselves.
Yeah.
So it's just important that they're not gonna be defining themselves in like terrible ways, so that they don't grow up to hate themselves. Actually,
Yeah.
you know, it's like
I'm glad I found a love for like fantasy and history and stuff, so that I could like kind of engage with my building blocks a little bit more than my
your parents.
would like facilitate. Yeah. One of my nieces is a 7th grader, and there are literal furries in her grade. Like, they actually wear the costumes in school, and no one says anything. Oh yeah, I've
I
heard
would
about
say
that.
a lot.
I've heard about that happening a lot. I've also heard about the whole like butt plug thing becoming a lot more popular.
That's not okay.
Yeah, no.
So this is a thing, right? Because, like, I've come across one of these before, but, like, you can't really do anything with it, right? Oh, here we go.
You. It's a horn?
I guess so. I got a talisman.
Huh.
I don't think I was able to do that with the other one, though. Is that just unique? I probably need to...
Yeah, you probably
Yeah.
had something, yeah.
I probably was just standing on the wrong side or something with the other one. That's a little bit frustrating. But, whatevers. At least I figured it out. I wonder if there's anything else over here. If that's it, and then everything else is just, like, pain.
You know what's interesting? With Roman and Greek mythology, they're completely different pantheons. I used to think they were the same, just with different names, because I was taught that in school, in public school. I don't know why I believed a public school teacher, but yeah, I believed that for a while, and I regurgitated that like an idiot.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of teachers don't know what the heck they're talking about.
Yeah, it's completely false. They do share one god. They share Apollo between both pantheons. And you know what? They're doing a remake. Oh, hey, Sketchy Drawer. They're doing a remake of Age of Mythology. One of my all-time favorite games. Probably in my top 3 or something. Like Oblivion, Age of Mythology, Geneforge. Like, those are, like, my pivotal, like, video games that I played that, like, really inspired me to, like, learn more about, like, history and mythology and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
and fantasy, you know?
I mean, you've been playing that a lot recently.
Yeah, I've been playing a bunch of Age of Mythology recently. They're doing a remake is coming out on the 4th of September, and from what I've seen so far, they haven't fucked up too much. They did make Gaia into, like, a plant person, like Groot.
Yeah, that was a really weird choice.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. She's like that in God of War. She's, like, part plant, so maybe they're just, like...
They just want to, like,
I don't
make it
know.
more familiar for some normies.
Someone should drown them in a fucking river. But hey, listen, Zeus isn't black, so we're doing okay. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We don't have, like, any DEI stuff that I can see so far. And the original game did have some, like, We Was Kang's shit, because, like, in the campaign, there's, like, a black Egyptian who's, like, one of the characters. They do make the laborers and stuff, like, the villagers for Egyptian. They do make them look like Egyptians. So they make all the characters look like Egyptians, but then they add, like, some very, like, ahistorical, like, stuff that they, like, represent as being... I mean, I know it's, like, Age mythology, but they're, like... Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
They have, like... They have a bunch of, like African units. And I can only imagine in the remake they're gonna kind of expand on that. But...
Oh, man. There's a lot just hanging on over here, huh?
I would say, pretty non-controversially, most Egyptian military units were Egyptian.
Insanity.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I should switch off of that. I wonder I've been running out so quickly.
But yeah, so anyway, I'm kind of excited for it. But I was thinking, like, they're planning on adding a new pantheon. They've announced they're gonna have 2 DLCs. They're gonna add China, right? The China DLC they put out for Age of Mythology was absolute fucking garbage. It's like, it's unbelievable how bad it is. All of the units look terrible. Hilariously, all the Chinese units, not all of them, but, like, the majority of them look like the same thing, which is, it's like a meme with, like, all Chinese people look the same. They like actually did that with the villager, their infantry unit, like their military unit, their archer, And the first myth unit, or one of the first myth units you get, like in the classical age, they have the same profile. They're like different colors, kind of, but like when you're playing against different people that all pick different colors and stuff, like the color differences are very, very sketchy to identify something by that. And like the difference between a villager and an infantry unit is so vast. Like if you're trying to like pick off a quick kill before the unit dies from like getting shot by towers or something, and you go attack a spearman that has like a bonus against cavalry, it's such a fucked up like, or you accidentally attack the terracotta soldier that looks exactly like a regular unit. They all have the same like man bun. It's just they all
They
look,
do look very similar.
yeah, they have, and like I was zooming in to show Trisha and they still looked similar. It just zoomed out when a million things are going on the map. It's like ridiculous. And then their transport ships have flags on them, and it's just cancer. Like when you have units in a transport ship, a flag appears to show that there's something in that, and so you know that they're bringing a transport ship over to like dump off troops. So you have to put in decoys into a transport ship to get the flags to appear. But their transport ships are just natural decoys because they have a million flags all over the place. There's like 5 flags on the boat, even without anything like garrisoned in it. And when you garrison something in it, I think a flag appears on the front of it. It's just like the worst. Like it's like they've never played the game before. They don't understand what the unit is supposed to do. It's just like torture. And then all the myth units look like some real fucked up. Like they look so bad. They look, especially the Titan is like a disaster. But I think the worst culprit is the DLC adds a data leak into the game. So you can't play more than like, I want to say like 1 match or 2 matches maybe before the game starts to lag every like 7 seconds or something. So you need to like save and shut the game or something. So you can't have the game open for a tremendously long amount of time. And there's people that have that problem even that didn't get the DLC. It's not related exactly to DLC. They did some update to the game, the whatever. Disaster. Complete disaster. So the first DLC for the remake, they're adding China. I can only assume it's going to be a shit show again. They really want to capitalize on the Chinese market.
I guess so.
You know, so otherwise they would have gone with Japan. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
there's just so much more mythology to work with Japan. Or Celtic mythology. Honestly there's like stuff to do with Celtic mythology. There's not really like I can't really think of like 7 mythological Chinese creatures. There's like a Shenlong dragon, right? Like the big snaky dragon. End of list. We're out. We're like out of creatures. They have some kind of copy of the, what is it called? Jiangxi? Like the vampire thing? They have something like that, like the hopping undead thing. I think that's Chinese. Or maybe it's still Japanese, I don't know. They have something like that. They have a monkey. But I think that's also Japanese, the Son Goku monkey thing. I think that's probably just stolen from Japan. Ironic. Japan has stolen so many things from China. Their whole alphabet. For starters. But no, the first DLC for the remake is going to be China. Whatever. It seems like such a waste because they could do a cool pantheon. Like they could do Celtic, they could do Slavic. There's no chance of doing Slavic, right? With the war in Ukraine, they're not going to be marketing to Russia. That's like the biggest Slavic market, right? Poland isn't like a huge Hungary. They're not huge heavy hitters in like economics. Oh, and also like people don't like Hungary because they're too based, and people don't like Poland because they're too based. People like Ukraine despite them being incredibly based because Russia bad. So, but they're not going to market to.
find it kind of weird that there was, like, nothing over here.
I find it very suspicious. I think there's something over there.
I mean, I feel like I've searched, like, every inch.
Yeah.
Is there, like, some...
What's that?
Some sort of secret... Oh, that's just, like, one of those skeleton heads. Why didn't it...
Maybe there's some lore reason why you can't hit it.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, there's some lore, for sure. Oh.
Yeah. Alright. Well... I don't know. Maybe at some point you have to come back here for something?
But, like, Celtic mythology... So, like, a big part of the game is that there's, like, myth units. And these are, like... well, I mean, you could kind of imagine... Like, for Greek, it's, like, cyclopses and minotaurs and stuff. I think Celtic mythology can fill out a roster really well. There's Kelpies. They haven't done mermaids yet, right? So, like, mermaids are in a lot of mythologies, but you could just take them for Celtic, because they show up there. They show up in Greek first, so... But to fill out Egyptian, they had to take a bunch of Greek things. They took the giant turtle, which is fine. No one gives a shit. They took the phoenix, and what else did they take to make it, to fill out Egyptian? I can't remember now, but they took a few things to round out the Egyptian roster. They probably could have done the crocodile people, though. But they didn't. That shows up in, like, mods. They add in the crocodile people.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, like, fair enough.
No, I'm gonna go below the other horn, I guess.
Sweet.
Might as well.
But yeah, I think... And then also, like, werewolves. There are werewolves in, like, Greek mythology, too. Or, like, a story with a werewolf, anyway. But I think there's more stories in, like, Celtic mythology where people turn into wolves or dogs or like, half wolf, half dog things. Or half human, half wolf, or half human, half dog, or whatever. Like, those show up more in Celtic mythology, I want to say. I could be wrong about that, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that's just kind of shared, you know?
I think thematically turning into a werewolf is, like, appealing to men. So it probably shows up a lot. It also is, like, very, like, core to, like, the European identity is, like, the whole Korios thing, or, like, turning into a wolf. Going on an adventure.
Alright, Crimson Sea Talisman. Sick.
But yeah, if I had to... there's also Arthurian stuff, right?
There's a section here. I wonder how you get there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Through a cave or something?
Or maybe it's through the Bonnie Gal? Because I never went through there.
Yeah, maybe.
I said I would save it for another time, and that is now.
So if you guys could have any pantheon, not that you guys play Age of Mythology, but if you could have any pantheon for that second expansion, because they've confirmed 2 expansions for the remake. One being China, no one gives a shit. And then you have second pantheon. I feel like it's gotta be Celtic. Like, I mean, I know they could swing for diversity points and do, like, Indian or something god-awful, but, like, I think realistically, Celtic is the most interesting. They have the Morrigan, they have Lu. They have, like, actual major gods they could go for. Something else interesting would be Roman, right? But because people think of it as being similar to Greek, maybe they think it's not marketable. Something else interesting is that they didn't really do Apollo as a major god, but he is a major god. So you could put a fourth onto the existing pantheons, which I think is maybe a better idea, is to like keep on releasing DLC like that. Like for like Norse, if you want to go in for some DEI points, you could put like a goddess or something. Like Thor has a wife, Sif, who's not that important.
He was dead and still grabbed me. That is so... Alright, we need a patch. We need to patch this DLC. There's some mistakes in this.
Yeah. So if we have to bite a DEI bullet, they could put Sif as like a major god alongside like Thor, Loki, and Odin.
Ooh, I'm not going down.
It makes the most sense to make Tyr, but he's already a tier 3 god. Like he's a Mythic Age option. So they have to bump him out and replace him with someone else, like Sif or something, if he was going to become a major god and be like one of the choices you pick when you start. Maybe Aztec or something. They're pretty brutal. I don't think like that's what people always like indicate. That's like the mod that everyone is like fawning over is like, oh man, the Aztec mod. But like whenever I've seen people playing it, they're like, what the fuck is this shit? Oh, this is stupid. Like the whole like they have like an aesthetic, right? They have like a style for their buildings, but like their mythology has like one unit, I want to say. They have the Quetzalcoatl or whatever, like the snake with the bird wings. So that's like, that's so gross. So that's like a thing, right? But like, I don't feel like... So how the game works is like, you have, you pick a major god, one of 3 major gods, right? So for like Greek, it's Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus. And then each time you advance from like archaic to classical to heroic to mythic, like the different ages when you upgrade at your town center, like if you played Age of Empires, like that's how it works. Each time you advance, you choose between 2 options. So for Greek, it's you want to go Ares, you want to like worship Ares, you want to worship Athena. And then if you pick like Athena, you get Minotaurs. If you worship Ares, you get Cyclopses. And then they have different technologies related to their worship that benefit different things. Like I don't remember the specifics. But they have like these like variable options. Like another one was like, I think I want to say it's not Artemis, it's someone else. It's like it's Aphrodite, and then there's another option. I can't remember who it is, but like Aphrodite is like your villagers, upgrades for like your economy, and then the other one was like upgrades for archers. So it like depends on how much you want to like build up your foundation versus like get better units now, I guess is like the choice. But anyway, for Aztecs to work, you'd need each of those 2 options, right? So there's going to be 2 they share options. The different each of the 3 will share some options, but not all the options. So there's some myth units that you can't get as Poseidon, or you can't get as Hades or something. Like only Zeus can get Medusas, but they're like a bad option, so no one ever uses them. So, because if you pick Hephaestus, you get the Plenty Vault, which gives you free resources.
They take damage. Slime.
And it makes sense all 3 gods would get Hephaestus, because that's their brother, right? Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus are all brothers, and the 4th brother is Hephaestus. They're all brothers together, so it makes sense each of them could choose their own brother. But Zeus can choose Hera, and no one else can choose Hera as their mythic advancement option. Hey, Gabe.
Hey!
But yeah, there's like a popular mod for Aztecs, but I feel like it's just popular that people like that it exists, but nobody actually plays it or likes it. So, rip. Because I was looking at their like myth unit, like someone was playing it, and I was looking at their units and stuff, and there's nothing like super crazy interesting that they get to use. Like I feel like a lot of pantheons aren't as fleshed out as Greek. Like there's so many mythological creatures that get slain in like Greek stories. You got the Hydra, the Chimera, the Cyclops, the Minotaur, the even like the Colossus of Rhodes, and there's more Colossuses, I think. Manticores, harpies.
Harpies are cool.
There's nymphs. There's naiads, which are like a kind of nymph. There's they have like generic stuff like sea serpents too. Centaurs, fauns, / satyrs. They share some creatures with like Roman mythology. There are similarities between the two. But yeah, if they're going for like some DEI points, which is very popular these days, they could go Aztec or they could go like Indian. But both of those are trash options. They should go for Celtic. We got Kelpies, we got fairies. You know, even like what's bizarre is like Norse, the Germanic pagan pantheon is like it's like the root of all fantasy, right? Like all classical fantasy kind of gets its start. I mean, to some extent Greek too, but there's so much stuff in like Germanic mythology that's like so distinctly. Huh.
Ooh, I wonder what this does.
It's probably just like a status thing.
Yes.
You passed the status section, so if I'm
Did I?
right about it, then you probably already passed the charm. Yeah. That section.
Oh, there it is. It looks just like this.
Mm-hmm. Because it's the upgraded one, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha. Alright.
But yeah, like, dwarves are in, like, Norse mythology, so you can choose to have, like, you can make regular villagers, but you can also make dwarves, and dwarves can, like, mine gold faster, obviously.
This is where it came from, right?
But there's also elves, you know? And those don't get used at all. And then there's also, like, elvy type things in Celtic mythology, so could go for that, right? Could have elves as, like, a unique builder unit for Celtic mythology and have them be good at, like, cutting down trees or farming or something. I don't know. Middle Eastern gods are interesting. Tiamat, Marduk, etc. Yeah, like, well, like, what was that? Babylonian mythology? This is true. Except Tiamat is not that interesting when you actually see the depiction of her. It's just like some shitty sphinx, like a mermaid sphinx or something.
Well, you just need a really good character designer.
Well, like the Dungeons and Dragons version is like a dragon with like 7 heads or something, which is, and each head is, it's like in Yu-Gi-Oh, where like each head is a different element.
That is cool.
Yeah. But initially, I think it's just like a sphinx with like a fishtail.
Can I make this drop? I think I can. Let's find out.
And then, oh, there you go. And then I think like Marduk turns into a dragon or something, and fights the Tiamat.
So this must be where they make the pot people.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
You must all be purged.
But here's the question, right? With like Babylonian mythology exists, you know what I mean? But it's not, it doesn't like really thrive. Like there's not enough options for creatures. There's not enough options for like myth units, I mean. Like, and like, are they that distinct militarily from like ancient Egypt? You know? Like, could we fill out like a bunch of military units? That would be interesting. For some god-awful reason, they made the Chinese units, their basic infantry unit, a halberdier. I can guarantee you China did not have halberds.
Oh.
Especially because like the phonics of their language don't really support L. Like you can't even say halberd. Baal,
Sure.
Yahweh,
Want something
Ishtar.
else.
Yeah, I guess.
Ishtar.
Ishtar is a great name, right?
Yeah.
By Ishtar.
Wow. No.
By Mitra. Yeah, a lot of Conan stories. He'll go like, by Ishtar. Oh,
Calculated.
yeah, he planned it.
Yeah. Alright, well this is a interesting section, although it's very
Yeah.
dead.
Chinese used G, which were similarly bladed polearms. Yeah. I mean, I know they had like other. I know they had their own like polearm things.
And they're just like categorizing it as a polearm.
As like a halberd, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. No, man, that Chinese expansion was so shit. Oh my god. And also, just like balance wise, everything's so fucked. I think that the greatest crime is that like the whole game is so asymmetrical, where like nothing is the same.
It's interesting.
Every single faction has it's like everything is slightly different, even down to like the resource gathering buildings. Like the Egyptians have a granary, a wood storage, and a gold storage, and they're free. They don't cost any resources to build, but they take a while to build, and their builders kind of build slow.
So these enemies. Is this supposed to be what's moving the pots inside?
I don't know.
Like, is this
Who knows?
actually the lump of meat?
I don't think so.
Because these guys come out of the pots.
Maybe they're growing into a pot.
That's true. That is also a possibility.
Maybe there's a pot baby. Now,
Raw meat dumpling.
Now the Greek villagers, they work faster, they move faster, but the buildings that they build cost like 50 wood, and then they combine gold and wood buildings. They don't have like a unique wood building, a unique gold building, and that can be kind of helpful in like places. But they have unique stats for like every single like building is different for the different factions. There's no building has the same like melee resistance and piercing resistance, and like they're all different. With China, they copy pasted Greek stuff. Like their castles have the same stats as Greek castles, and it's a fucking crime. It's just it's a sin against the game design. They a bunch of their units have the same exact stats as Greek units, and it's just so it's just such trash. I hate it. And their myth units suck. One of their Mythic Age myth units, like the top tier, is a white tiger. It's just an albino tiger.
Yeah.
And it has the same special attack as the Anubites from Egyptian. They like pounce. Hey, David Myers.
I find it so humorous that they can still, like, do their grab on you even after they're dead. I mean, I know they're already dead, but, you know, dead.
Oh, you know, it's so fucking funny. The Ishtar was a goddess represented by rainbows who could troon people. Yeah, so, funnily enough, I played a game. I made a video with John, my buddy, where we chose quotes, and then we tried. The goal was to guess geographically as close as you could to where the quote was said, and one of his quotes it ends. He changed the quote for the game so that I couldn't guess it, but the quote and because it was like a Babylonian guy or whatever who said it, or a Sumerian guy or something like that, and the quote ends with, "May whomever removes this pillar, let great Ishtar turn them from a man into a woman."
It's like, oh, goddamn. Better not remove this pillar.
But the audio is so fucked on that recording, it's going to take me a while to put that together. I fucked up. I made that.
Man. Gotta get more flaskage.
Hey, Yeshua and Yarden. Welcome to the stream.
Ayo! I'm exploring the meat pot area.
Also, Gabe the Gen says he's playing a game with a character named Ishtar. I bet you it's a Japanese game. They really like.
I love it, yeah.
Yeah, they like Ishtar. Ishtar is like a lust
Does this
goddess,
have to do
right?
with traps? Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, no, Japanese, they like Celtic mythology, they like Norse mythology, like it ends up showing, like, the more obscure but interesting mythologies end up showing up in their games. Like, I don't think I would have heard of a Dullahan. That's another myth unit that Celtic mythology could have.
Well, we've heard of Dullahans.
Yeah, but I think...
It's in, like, American.
No, I know, but, like, I don't think it would be something that's, like, so present in my consciousness without seeing
Without
it
the
in like anime,
Yeah, I get it.
or like Japanese games, or even Korean games, right? Like as like a boss, there's a Dullahan boss in like Vindictus, and Epona is a boss in Vindictus. Like,
Oh man, a boss fight after all this? Is there a State of America around here? It's a long walk. If I don't win this, and I don't have a whole lot of flasks left.
do you have any blue?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Sleepy Hollow, right? So we got past the teleporting lampreys.
Yeah. Might as well.
Regen up. But yeah. I'm hoping for Celtic. I'm also hoping they don't fuck up this remake. It's one of my favorite games. I'll be very sad if they fuck it up any more than they already have with their remake of...
Gotta do what you gotta do. I'm not as good at it as you are, of course, but that's alright. I don't have that much health to heal.
One of my many skills. But yeah, I'm hopeful that it's gonna be good. I hope it's good. I will be quite cranky if they fuck up age mythology. I just hope they could just, even if they make it bad, if they could just leave the DEI out, I would be happy. At least I know that they actually tried to make it good and failed, rather than like tried to fuck it up and succeeded.
Fair. Alright, well there's no point in putting this back on if I don't have any FP, so what should I...
You have full health, you could put on the Ritual Shield Talisman, I guess.
I don't even know what boss this is gonna be, otherwise I'd be like, oh, well maybe I can do my Wild Swings build. Granted, Wild Swings works with most things. Can I summon spirits? I assume that, well, I can, but, oh, there is a Stake America, good. I could get more runes. Hell yeah.
What about the Lord of Blood's Exaltation? Do you have like blood loss on?
Well, I could put on
Yeah,
the sword.
You can slap your Zweihander on. Your flamberge.
Alright, well, if I die, I'll just get teleported right back at this spot, so there's that. Oh, hello. Cursed Blade Labyrinth? Oh, no.
Ugh. If they did Indian, I'm just thinking about Indian because you're fighting a dude with like chakrams over here.
Not anymore, I'm not.
If they did Indian, they could have their ranged people be chakram throwers, and then their melee people could be like Irumi guys, the whip sword, and then maybe give them like melee range or something. I don't know. And then like Mythic Age Myth unit would be like a Garuda. That's like the Phoenix thing they have. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I guess they have stuff that could populate a roster, but like you know what I mean?
What did I get? I got an Ash of War? Is that what that was? I think it was. Some sort of, oh, you can do the Curse Blade thingy now. Not that
Instructions unclear. Celtic people are now ethnically diverse. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, I guess there's nothing else to explore around here. Or at least I'll say that now, and then somebody will comment like years later, "Yeah, you idiot, you forgot the blah blah blah. Why don't you have hindsight?" Alright.
Yeah, so far the Age of Mythology remake seems fine. They haven't fucked up anything major. Other than Gaia being an ent, there's nothing that upsets me super much about it. They've done some like gameplay changes that are like whatever. You can recast god powers by spending favor, and you can store much more favor, and I think things cost in like larger quantities. So that's like interesting, I guess. I think like the person I was playing as like some random faction, they had like 300 in the bank, something like that. And normally you can only store up to 100. That's the only resource that has a limit you have to spend once it's like capped out. Mm-hmm. Otherwise you're wasting potential gain of more favor. But maybe they just made it without a limit. So I don't know. Oh, it'd be interesting if it has a decay rate or something like that. It decays down when it's like above 100, and then the decay rate increases when it's above 200. So depending on your like gain, it's like more worth it to spend, but it's not like you're wasting potential. Well, you're still wasting some. But that'd be kind of weird to keep track of with like mental math, whether it's worth to spend or not. But like I feel like Celtic units would have such a unique aesthetic to them compared to the other units in the game. Get these like nice Highlander looking dudes. There's also Arthurian mythology is kind of cool. Not that like a questing beast is like the most exciting thing to kill. Unicorns, those are something. Where do unicorns come from?
So unicorns, from what I have been told, mostly from, the internet, is they were an interpretation of rhinos from India.
That's retard shit. That's like so...
And then they...
Yeah, okay.
And then they changed it over time to make them look more elegant and cool, and then they just created a new creature from it.
Okay. Yeah. That's like the same thing as like Christopher Columbus saw a manatee and thought it was a mermaid. What? Like It's so fucking stupid. It's like, there can't be anything mythological. It must be people confusing things for other things. And it's like, yeah, how did someone... What happened with a chimera? It's a lion with a goat growing out of its back and a snake tail? What? How would you confuse that for anything else? A manticore is like...
these big areas that I haven't figured out yet, huh? I can probably go back to here, maybe now that Mesmer's dead, it'll be opened up, and then that'll do something for me. It's a thought.
Yeah. Yeah, like a manticore. It's like, oh, a guy... So what happened was a Greek guy saw a man on all fours with that was flinging poison barbs from his butt plug, and he had the face of a man and wings that made him go faster. And that's what he saw, and that's where the myth of the manticore started. Yeah, it's like that retarded, like, seeking some kind of basis in reality for mythological stuff is so fucking stupid.
Yeah. I mean, people could just, have imaginations.
Yeah. It's like, where did the inspiration for Sleipnir come from? It's a horse with 8 legs, so naturally some guy saw 2 horses side by side and then went back and was like, guess what? I saw a horse with 8 legs. Because I'm retarded. Like, it's so stupid. Like, someone would see a rhino and they'd be like, oh, it's a horse. Like, no.
Well, like them describing it to other people, and then that's their interpretation.
Yeah, but...
Still no go, huh?
Yeah, but there's no game of telephone that fucked up. It's just like...
Oh, man. How do I progress, guys? Help me. Must have missed something.
Elephant mammoth skulls likely inspired giant cyclopses. To be honest, I've looked at a mammoth skull, or like an elephant skull. I could see where someone would come up with that story, but
there's a way to get over here. I feel like...
Oh, that's right. It's the national animal of Scotland. I forgot about that. Yeah, so it's Celtic. So they should go with the Celtic thing. You know what? Here's my thinking. When you go up to classical age, you get your first age up. Like, you guys have played like Age of Empires, I assume, right? So you not everyone's played Age of Mythology, but some people played Age of Empires. And you played an RTS where you click on your town center or equivalent, and then you upgrade it, and you get to the next age, right? So when you do that in Age of Mythology, you get a free myth unit. Or you get a choice between 2 myth units you can then make, and you get a free one of whichever myth unit you picked. And basically, you don't get anything super valuable for the first age, because like you're not typically going to optimize for whatever like myth unit you get then. You're probably going to use the one at the mythic age and really capitalize on that. But what if it was a unicorn and it doesn't like have a great combat thing, but you have some kind of like economic bonus from it? Like wherever it's standing, we get more yield from farming or something. Or fairies, same thing. You make them for an economic bonus instead of like a military bonus. Or like here's what you do. If you group a unicorn with another unit, it increases the speed of the other unit. Because normally it goes to the slowest unit in the group is when you're moving in formation. But what if the unicorn can boost people to its movement speed? So it's like you can make a formation go faster. That would be like a huge boon to like be like a taxi or something.
It's interesting.
For your army.
I'm trying to figure out how to get on that little island.
Hey, Gergie.
I assume that similarly to the base game, there's some sort of cave that just leads there. Which I think is a fair assumption. I don't know where the Hey, baby.
Go on. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Who's a good boy? Yeah.
Are you being a good boy? Are those good boy kaboos?
There. You're so nervous because you're just playing Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, that's
It's
the reason
okay.
why.
It's okay, buddy. Oh. Is that the spot? Yeah.
Aww.
Yes, it's fun. Oh, that's
He
fun.
loves it.
Yeah. Alright, buddy.
Oh man. I don't know why they put those shocky things here. Just more stuff in the game to punish you for trying to figure out where to go. Alright, well I assume if I have to go this far, it's not over here.
Elephant footprints look very close to humans too. Yeah, I could kind of see people. I don't know though. I don't know if there needs to be like a inspiration for
Everything?
a giant guy with one eye. I would bet.
I mean, like, they're just giant people.
I would bet though, like if you already had a story about a cyclops, like a giant with one eye, and then you found a mammoth skull, and like the nasal opening looked like it's where a big eye could go, you would probably, if you already had that myth, you'd be like,
You
oh
would probably
shit.
sell it as that.
Yeah, you'd be like,
Yeah.
this is a cyclops skull, guaranteed 100%.
Well, it's like the whole Bigfoot thing. Like, once the myth has already started, you find ways to profit off of it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a Bigfoot footprint. You can buy it. By all means, people, tell me if I've missed it somehow.
Was it Greeks or Romans with the cyclopses? You know,
There's a few people.
good question, but I think it shows up in the Odyssey, right? That's a Greek story. It's Polyphemus is like hurling boulders at the boats. But I am not at all educated on like Roman mythology. And I was even taught in public school that
Oh, here we go.
Roman mythology is just copying Greek mythology.
Right.
It's not true, but there are similarities. So
Copying is like quite a term to just throw around.
yeah, they share Apollo between the two pantheons, and that was like a point of like diplomacy, I believe. I think the Roman religious system was like you could worship other gods as long as you worshipped the Roman pantheon. So like Greek citizens would worship Zeus and like Saturn and Jupiter and whatever. Just so long as they also were paying tribute to the Roman gods.
Oh god. So much.
Pegasus is the only myth I know aside from monsters. Yeah. There's a couple... Well, there's a couple myth units, for lack of a better term, in like Greek and Roman mythology. I think it really helps round out their whole like pantheon. It's kind of similar to how like fairies are in Celtic. Pegasus is one, but then there's all sorts of like magical, sexy ladies. There's like nymphs, I think, or like, well, there's a bunch of different types of nymphs, I guess. There's like water ones, which are naiads, and then there's like muses or whatever, which is like naked, sexy lady that inspires you to write poetry. Very, very useful, I guess.
Ah, crap.
Wow, what a like a boss arena for this crab. Oh, there it comes. He's gonna spit water on you. Oh, he's gonna spit sleep at you. Oh no, it's just water.
It's a good guess, though.
Nice. Down he goes.
That's what you get for being a crab.
Oh, you call him Neptune, but we call him Poseidon, or whichever is which. I don't know. I think that might not be true. The that like system of like, because I was taught that in public school, but I learned that people didn't really think that they were the same thing, and they have like very unique attributes to them, and they're like, but like later historicism.
They just meshed them together.
Yeah, they just mixed them together because.
Well, also, like,
no
people who were studying history would get really confused, genuinely, about
people
which
also
belonged to which.
People also would just make stuff up.
Yeah, that's
who are
true.
like supposed to be looking at primary sources. Like, I was like looking at some mythological book in like the archives at my college, and it's like this ancient fucking book. And this guy's like, yes, all the days of the week are based on the Norse pantheon. Saturday is named after Loki, because a rare name for Loki is Saturday. Like, he just makes up some name that's like...
Okay.
And then sometimes Thor's wife is called Sunday. It's like, I don't feel like this is right.
I don't think that's true.
And then Monday is Thor's favorite goat, Mondo.
Thor's favorite
You know,
goat.
he just like start making stuff up with the days of the week thing, and it's like, nah, I feel like you're fucking lying. It's like, Monday is called Monday, or it's a Moon Day because the moon always changes on Mondays. It's like, hang on. I don't know. I don't know if that's entirely accurate, sir. Hey, Basil.
Dancer, huh? Dance on this! Damn it. Oh. She looks cool. I'll give her that. Woo.
Looks like right out of that Karthus mod in Dark Souls 3.
Ooh.
But yeah, I don't know left or right. I think this is just bullshit we were both taught. Like about their whole like, it's like, oh yeah, we have the same god. I don't know if that's actually true or not. I kind of feel like it's probably not. The gods are distinct enough that like we can just see that they were very different if we're not reading a Victorian source that was making stuff up that like combined them. So I'm pretty sure people at the time Like, you'd see a statue of Poseidon and you'd be like, yeah, that's Poseidon. And you see a statue of Neptune and be like, yeah, that's Neptune. Because, like, you know the difference between, like, Blastoise and, like, Poliwag, you know, but they're both, like, water-themed. My personal favorite, like, myth about, like, Greek mythology, or Roman mythology, or whatever, is, so the Romans, in their gladiatorial games, would feature, archetypes based on the conquered territories that they had, like, defeated, like the tribes that they've driven extinct.
Right. We got the blade, the hood, the dress, bracer.
Interesting.
Huh. I thought we were gonna get like whatever fire spell she was using, but I guess not. She was interesting. I'll give her that.
Yeah. Mikola dreaming about dancing chicks.
Oh, Mikola.
Mikola dreaming about lampreys eating him. It's like, why are you dreaming about this shitty level design?
Shitty dreams.
So their gladiatorial classes and stuff were based on, like, defeated territories or their own army. So, like, the Secutor and the Murmillo are based on, like, a Roman soldier. And to be one of those, you have to be, like, above a certain height, because they only want the most jacked guys to be Murmillos, because they're supposed to be, like, a fantasy version of, like, a Roman soldier. And then they're supposed to... They're typically, like, the ones that the crowd is rooting for against these, like, kind of other things.
Mm.
Now, another archetype the crowd would always root for is the underdog, the Retiarius, which is a guy with a trident and a net. And he's, like, supposedly related to, like, Neptune or something, or whatever. Now, here's some, like, fake lore that isn't real, right? But, like, what if the Retiarius is supposed to be from, like, defeated Atlantis, right? Because he's got a trident. And clearly in Age of Mythology, they, like, ran with that idea, because the Atlantean faction that they added with their expansion pack, they have a unit that has a trident. There's a trident and a tower shield. Those net guys look like such goobers. How dare you? They're like the coolest gladiator. I would root for them. They always fought in 2v1s. And they got a box to stand on or something, or they had a ramp. Yeah, they had a wooden ramp that they would always get as part of their equipment. And they could stand on the ramp at the top, and they would defend against two guys. I don't know. And there's always, like, the same matchup. Like, there's these, like, pre-prescribed matchups that they would do, and they're just like, no, this is the best format, we don't need to change anything. Another Retiarius fighting two guys. Bring out the wooden ramp for him to stand on.
Starting up the fireworks. Hell yeah.
Sunday and Moonday were named by the Romans? Maybe. I know Saturday is named after Saturn. Yeah, the days of the week, most of them are, like, Germanic. So, like... And, like, specifically, like, the more German spellings, right? Like, Wednesday is, like, Woden's day, as in, like, Odin, in, like, Scandinavian spelling. And then, like, Tuesday, Tears Day, Thursday, Thor's Day, and then Friday, Freya Day, right? But then the rest of the days don't follow that. But like I said, I read a primary source or a secondary source which was just making shit up. They were like, yeah, Loki sometimes called Saturn. It's like, hell, hold on, there's a guy named Saturn. Or no, they came up with some other kind of name, right? It was like Satoria, and it's like I don't think people call Loki that. They would just call it Loki Day. Thor's Day. Catch someone with your net and stab sounds good to me. Yeah, I don't know. It's also like the net was also weighted, so you could use it like a flail, you know.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, still gotta get these 2 areas unlocked. Elden Ring is just like one of those games that it's like vague enough that you could unlock this area by like the most ridiculous.
I don't know. Maybe it's like whatever the next main boss is. Maybe
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the next main boss is. I could do this dragon boss, but
do it.
Ooh, it is quite particle-y up here, huh?
Indubitably.
Lightning slimes. Only the best.
I think in like correct me if I'm wrong, I think in Final Fantasy the slime enemies are called flans.
Who came up with slimes?
I see it shows up in JRPGs all over the place. Like
yeah. I feel like it's a very modern fantasy invention.
Yeah.
Like it's specifically made so you don't have to create something with a cool design. It can just be a blob.
But the flans, it's a dessert. That's why it's funny. It's like a Jello dessert. And so in Final Fantasy, right? They're flans, yeah. Oh, that's funny. My favorite German history as a kid was that Donner and Blitzen are named after Thor's goats, Thunder and Lightning. Oh, from his chariot. That's fucking crazy.
That makes sense.
Flan is a food dish similar to jelly. Of course, the Japanese ran with it. Yeah.
I don't know if I've gone up the Spirit Spring before. Ooh, if it'll even
out of shape.
let me.
Washed. Straight washed up. Can't jump up the Spirit Spring.
I mean, give me a break. I feel like I did explore around here a bit, but maybe I was just like eager to get to the next thing.
Is there too much of a delay for me to make the joke that you should not be? I make the break and feeding torrent kick-out bars, breaking piece of the kick-out bar.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, probably too late. Yeah.
Well, it's not very easy to see around here, is it? There's smoke and random lightning.
That is cute. The Thor's goats. Yeah, because like Thor has a chariot himself, so like, yeah, it's similar to.
How do I get back up there? Do I just have to go all the way down and then back up again?
The original version of like Santa Claus. Super dieseled up. Oh, do you have to do some painting or something to get the guy to appear in the chair?
That's probably what it is, yeah.
Mm.
Oh! Did I do it right? Yes, I did. Haha. Gimme. Rock heart. What is that? It's an item. I know this much. Is this a crafting item? It's round rock. Ah, rock heart. Turns human frame into ancient dragon and boosts dragon communication incantations. So you can be a cool dragon boy, I guess.
Like the guy that you beat the shit out of?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's what that is.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's important for some quest.
No,
You
maybe.
have to like turn into a dragon or something.
Probably here. You have to turn into a dragon and do a.
Oh, you talk to the guy. I can talk to the dragon by pretending I'm a dragon, huh? I don't
Maybe.
know. I'm just making shit up. Oh, it got really windy all of a sudden. Someone should really do something about that storm.
Second favorite German history from being a kid is the female of Klaus is Nicola because Klaus is Nick, so Santa Claus is Saint Nick. What?
Yeah, Saint Nicholas. Or Nicola, I guess. That's what they're saying.
The female of Klaus is Nicola. I don't understand. It's okay though, I don't need to understand everything.
Dragon Smithing Stone. That is the place where I would expect to find that, I gotta say. All the random dead dragons around. Makes sense I would find some ancient dragon stuff.
Pulling in fat numbers on Rumble. We got a grand total of 2 and only one of them is me, so...
Really killing it now. Oh, here we are. I'm getting somewhere now.
If you are on Rumble and would like to say something horrendously offensive, feel free. I will see it because I do have the chat open. I know the classic Rumble streamer move is to just not
Looks like
have
we
your
got a
chat
boss
open at
fight,
all.
boys. You guys ready for this? Huh? This is a boss. Yeah.
There was some guy streaming on Rumble. He was like multi-streaming or something, and he's like, I don't know if anyone's still there. And I was like, I'm here, whatever.
Hail the Dread.
Oh, he looks fucking
Oh,
cool.
that
This is a
can't
cool
be good.
dragon. He's got the horns and stuff.
He got a lot of horns. Oh, he's got.
Does he have arms?
I thought I saw like dragon heads on his neck.
Ah.
That would be interesting. You know what? Let's give it another shot just so that we can get a better look at the guy.
Saint Claus
Actually,
equals Santa Claus?
so I think probably the dragon hunter sword would be better for this, but just
The
just
real
fun.
Saint Nicholas punched a heretic named Arius at the
Yes,
council.
that's what he was
actually.
famous
Well, alright, so here's the thing. Santa Claus is basically just a name attached to a character that already existed, which was like Father Christmas or something. Like they just fused they fused like 2 characters. It's like an older character than that, but I don't know, like my understanding is that midwinter, or like the winter solstice, was Christmas, right? That was like the holiday at that time. But then over the years, they kind of just like innovated and they got a different attitude about the middle of winter. And instead of it being like a spooky holiday, it was like this happy holiday. And it's like almost like an advancement in technology to stop being a doomer piece of shit and like be happy that you're seeing your family and whatever.
oh,
Yeah, he's got like no arms. He's just like a wyvern.
yeah.
not too, like, they didn't do too bad making him threatening for not having arms, but it's always better to have arms. St. Nicholas was a real guy. Yeah, but he probably didn't have a sleigh of reindeer, is what I mean. Is like, they're kind of taking his real guy and, like, attaching him to this, oh, I already read that comment, sorry. But yeah, they're like fusing two people, because I think it's important for, like, a dominant theology to kind of absorb other religious practices and just kind of, like, make it part of the
say, that
dominant
doesn't look
one.
like a grab, but then again, I guess that is the trademark of Elden Ring. He does have 2 dragon heads on his... They're, like, biting into his neck. That's interesting. It's like dragons bit into him and he, like, snapped their heads off, but the heads are still, like, dug into him forever.
Oh.
That's a really interesting effect.
I'll have to take a closer look next time I see it.
I'm sure that somebody's uploaded, like, a character viewer thing.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense for this boss.
It's based off St. Nicholas, who saved 2 young girls from being sold into prostitution by dropping gold down the chimney so her father had a dowry. I don't know, that also sounds pretty suspect, because if there was a father about to sell his daughters into slavery, the solution would be beating they would just beat the shit out of that guy. They would just, like, break his legs and throw him into a river.
We're Christian, motherfucker.
Like, it's just so fucking...
You can't marry unless you're in love.
Yeah, it's just so fucking... Yeah, I don't know. That, like... I don't know.
Yeah, Jesus would not like selling your daughter into sex slavery. Gotta say.
There's not a lot of, like, Western societies that, like, would be cool with that. It's like a distinctly not cool thing to do, is to turn your daughter into a whore.
I thought there might be something else around here, but it's just like a boss, and then it leads me to another boss.
The whole thing that, like, girls needed a dowry or would have to become prostitutes is also, like, that's just, I don't know, it seems like some Hollywood producers, like, fantasy about the medieval ages, because they were so much more community focused. Like, if there was someone who wasn't married or whatever, the whole community would, like, take care of them and find them, like, things to do. Like, you could always just be a tanner or, like, a dyer or a laundress or something. There's, like, so many jobs that, like, you know, it's not... If you didn't get married, you wouldn't automatically become a prostitute, especially because it's, like, not okay to be a prostitute.
A lot of people are, like, looking at modern times and then applying it back then. It was like, all these broke bitches can't get married, and so they become OnlyFans models. That must have been what happened back in the day, too. Yeah, it's like what is it called, backshadowing or whatever, where you take modern information and then you try to apply it to the past, and it's like... Interesting.
It's like, oh yeah, this girl's poor. She would have started Ye Old OnlyFans. It's like,
Ye Old
I don't know.
OnlyFans.
That's what David Meyer said. Ye Old OnlyFans.
Not that bad things never happened, but you know, it's not exactly the norm when bad things do happen.
When I was a teenager, I found it particularly funny that Santa was based off the patron saint of horrors. Now, I'm immediately skeptical that he was the patron saint of horrors, because there's so much, like, fake...
I feel like that's definitely fake, but...
Yeah, there's so much, like, fake Christian and, like, Western, in general, information that is, like, meant to discredit Christianity or, like, Western, like, history in general, just because that's like, a popular thing to do on the left, and, like, the education system has been so captured by the left for so long.
Yeah.
So.
Long enough for it to be, like, really instilled in us that we always just default to the education that we got when we were
Hey, you want to come here? Hey, Gurgi, you want to come on the couch? Hey, you.
I guess there's nowhere else to explore over here. I was kind of hoping that it would lead me into the next area, but it doesn't look like that's the case.
Oh, I was laughing at Left to Rose joke. He came up with it. How did you even make that character? Is that like a... I don't even know what alphabet that's from. It's like a Greek character. It's like ye... Like where Love to Draw said ye old OnlyFans. It's like this weird...
It's like written in cursive or something?
No, it's like... It's Thorn.
Thorn?
That's what he said, it was Thorn. If you look at his comment, it's got like a... It's like in Cyrillic or something. Oh, porn. Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
Okay. So, I guess there's nothing over here except for more dragon bosses.
Yeah, so fight the dragon boss.
I'm not interested in dragon stuff. Also, it's hard. Both things are a problem. Still don't know how to get over here.
Probably gonna fight the dragon.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because, like, I was going this direction when I went to the second dragon boss.
Maybe he gives you a catapult?
Yeah, that's what he does. He gives me a catapult.
And then he flings you over
flings
there.
Me over
or no, like the bomb guy, like he opens up the trap door and then you can jump in there and then he fires you out of the cannon.
Yeah, Mario 64 style. Yeah. I feel like I probably am gonna have to like look it up or something to figure out, because like I feel like I should have reached more of the map by now. I can't really tell you where I might have missed where the map connects, but I feel like I should have reached more. Maybe I'm supposed to drop down somewhere over here. I don't know. Maybe this part connects to the rest of this.
Maybe. The
Don't
TH sound used in Old English and Norse. He died because printers outside England used Y and then later just used TH. A soft TH is in them is... Oh. One of them fucking characters.
Ah, this part. Let's go over here.
You know, it'd be fucking crazy.
What?
What if they had, like, map marker mimics? So you're like, oh, I don't remember this grace, and you map travel there, and then you're just into a mouth of the mimic, like, blah, 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 blah. I was like, that's a fake map marker.
Oh, no. That would be very funny. Very annoying, but very
They just take the mimic concept way too far. It's like, no, there's a door. You try to open the door, it turns into a mimic, starts eating you. Ye old isn't ye, it's just the. Oh, really?
The old. But it is more funny to say ye old. Alright, so I'm seeing this over here. There is an area down there. How to get down there, I don't know, but I doubt that I've been down there because it kind of cuts off around here-ish. Maybe if I go from here back and down? I don't know, man. There's probably some spirit spring somewhere, or some gravestones I have to jump down from.
It's probably a catapult.
Yeah, it's probably
Oh.
Fuck out of here.
We've dropped down to one person on Rumble, and it's me watching myself. Tragic. My love and devotion to getting English's lost letters back into use inspired my pen name Ashthorn. That's kind of cool.
Hey, Ollie, how you doing? Oh yeah? Oh, you're heading south, huh?
Sir Horsat, he discovered deep purple water in his blue porcelain shore.
Oh yeah?
That must be where Centrina was left to cry.
Take me with you. Oh, I can't. No.
I'm heading south to the shore, Sir.
The shore? Okay. But I was just there. I didn't see anything.
It'd be pretty cool to have like two characters that are supposed to be speaking like a language the main character doesn't know, and use Old English characters to say what they're saying. Although I assume it would be pretty easy to translate, just because people speaking English probably it's not that much of a leap for them, but it's interesting. I bet there's a lot of ways you could like reincorporate Old English letters, especially like, with like video games. I mean, if every time you cast a spell, the incantation like lights up on screen written in Old English characters, people would just start to like remember.
Yummy.
But yeah, here's hoping that Age of Mythology's second expansion is Celtic mythology and not something like unfathomably gay. Oh god.
Your mind is racing with all the
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
tragic possibilities.
Yeah, they could just. Now here's a spicy take, right? Maybe it's not that spicy. Here's the other option I think would be really interesting. Now obviously Celtic has to happen. If they're only doing one expansion, it's got to be Celtic. That's the most fleshed out mythology besides like Norse and Greek. But if they're not going to do that, what I think they should go for after Celtic, my second choice is actually not Slavic, and it's not Japanese. I would say Christian mythology. Because I think it'd be super sick to have like.
Regional specific though.
No, it's not. But like, you could just have like. I mean, the issue is the game is basically set in antiquity, and so like early Christians don't have their own like aesthetic. They're just like kind of Roman. Oh, that's interesting actually. Because like Romans don't have a lot of myth units to draw from that aren't just like Greek stuff. Is my understanding at least. I don't know what they have that's like uniquely theirs. Although the Greeks have tons of leftover stuff that didn't get used in Age of Mythology. For example, griffins didn't get used. So there is enough stuff for Romans to use, but Rome was Christian at some point. So what if they just have like Roman legion plus like angels? Can we actually get like 8 myth units out of Roman mythology though, or like Christian mythology? It's like angels end of list, right? And there's like, there's like crusaders and stuff, like Templars as like infantry units. I don't know if you can get that much out of like Christian stuff. There's like, I don't know, well, there was like a whale in one of the stories or something, or like a leviathan. Kind of not good enough. That also got taken for Egypt. They have the leviathan.
Well, I'd be a fan of them going into like crusader stuff. There's angels and demons, I suppose.
Are you suggesting the Roman myth unit should be Jesus? That wouldn't really fit as the as like a myth unit. You need 3 major gods, and then you need heroes, and you need, which is easy. Those are like historical figures, or like Odysseus or Hercules or something. And then you need like 8 myth units basically, because you have a choice of 2 for each age, but then there's like variants with the different other gods. So with like Celtic mythology, it'd be like the Morrigan, Lu, like Lugh, Luch, or however you say that guy. And then there's like that guy that the Miracle of Sound made a song about. He's like Ku something, where he's like a werewolf or whatever, turns into half dog or something. Christian lore is just the continuation of Judaism, so they could get the Nephilim as the myth unit. Ah, interesting.
Yeah, it's all connected.
And then go Golem.
Goliath.
That'd be like a hero, though.
Well, Goliath is the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Polyphemus is a hero for Poseidon.
Okay.
And he was throwing boulders at Odysseus. So you can have, stuff like that. It's also Circe. She's a hero, but she doesn't show up in a scenario, like a non-campaign mode.
So I can see the other area. I don't know how to get to the other area. There's gotta be like some sort of elevator down there or some shit.
I think people might be upset by doing Christian lore.
Because they don't like Christian stuff.
That and like, I don't know. I mean, I think it might be the perfect time for it, right? Because I think Christian people are kind of like down for any kind of representation at this point.
Yeah, they've been eating a shit sandwich for a long enough time.
Yeah. I feel like they've been beaten down enough that they would accept being like video gamified, where you can choose between Jesus, Satan, and like Lilith over here or something. Ooh, Samson. Ooh, okay. That would be a sick hero. That'd be like a Mythic Age hero or something. And like if we're doing like the Roman Christian thing, we could do because it has to be like antiquity for it to make sense with like the Greeks and stuff. But yeah, we could do like Caesar or something as a hero. That'd certainly be an option. Nah, if you do Roman, you really can't just like do Christian because there's like a real Roman pantheon before they were Christianified. It wouldn't be fair to like take that away. I gotta say, Poseidon is such a cooler name than Neptune. Poseidon. Just there's something about it. It's like so good.
Yeah, Poseidon's Fury. Best attraction. Okay. So I just had to go travel on the path that I must have ignored last time and then forgot about. And now I'm down here. Sick. Literally. Quite sick. I don't like the toxic levels that much. But you know what? I do like completing the game.
Yeah, I feel like you'd have to have multiple versions of angels to fill out like a myth unit roster.
Now there's a lot of different versions of angels.
Yeah.
Obviously the top dog is Michael the Archangel. He's gotta be powerful.
And then what god powers do you do, right? So like you need like probably 8 god powers and like 8 myth units. And for Greek it's super easy, for Norse it's super easy. Even for like Celtic, you could definitely fill out a roster without having to reach too far. Like, we got unicorns. We got kelpies. They could be an aquatic thing, so you could go into the water and out of the water, which would be pretty useful. What else we got? Got fairies. We never used elves for Norse mythology, so we could extend those pantheons, get a 4th god for each of, like, put Apollo in for Greek, put Tyr in as a major, and then swap out the top tier with the mythic gods for the rest of Norse. And then we could make use of like griffins and stuff. Or we could steal a bunch of stuff.
That works too. I'm surprised I haven't come across a grace down here yet. Feels like like there should be at least one.
Fey
Yeah.
creatures also include Pan. They already have satyrs for Atlantean, which is just like stealing more Greek stuff.
Hey, there
They didn't really do as like the infantry units for Atlantis look like just I don't know. I don't like them at all. The human units rather. The infantry like regular melee guy is a Murmillo, like a gladiator. Just like fine. That kind of follows with that sort of lore that all the gladiators are from some like fallen country. Apparently they would have topless minorities fight in the Colosseum as a joke.
we
Be like, they're the warrior women. Ha 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 ha.
Haha, yes. Excellent.
And then have them kill each other and get devoured by lions.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty evil.
Well, they're not Roman, so. We do not want that.
Oh, something bad
Here's
happened?
trying to update.
Oh no. It's like the scariest thing is Windows trying to update on its own. And it's like, no, I don't want the update. That cursed Windows. There's something over here. There's something. Not anything important, but it's something. No. Where I'm going, I'm just going. We'll figure out the rest later.
Yeah. Alright, I changed my mind. Christian mythology would be trash. Let's go with like Slavic, maybe? I mean, it's kind of Celtic or bust. Celtic is the only good one.
Yes! Yes! It's under the waterfall! Finally!
Trish has been saying that about every waterfall.
I've been checking every single one.
Back when I used to work fixing self-service key cutting machines, they all ran on Windows XP until one day Windows pushed an update that took out half the machines. Ugh. God.
Two-headed turtle Dude. Let's go. Even more stamina. Can you even imagine that? Do you know how powerful I'll be? I'm sorry, Gertie. It's okay.
Cookies.
No, it's happy yelling. It's not bad yelling. He got scared.
Gertie's
Poor
such a
fragile
wuss.
thing. Oh man, we're gonna wild swings forever. Forever.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Well, that was a good find.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
So yeah, exploring.
So for Slavic mythology, I don't know a lot of the creatures other than Zmej Gorinich, which is a three-headed dragon that
That sounds cool.
he's like a hydra, but he doesn't grow extra heads. He just regrows the heads he already has.
Okay, that's fine.
Then we got like Baba Yaga. And she has like a mobile hut, right? So maybe that's like a building that moves around, and then you could like maybe spawn stuff out of the hut. Like you could recruit units out of it or something. Or a god power that you could click on your buildings to give them chicken legs and walk around. Mm-hmm. Slavs have those botchlings. Oh god, like from The Witcher? Ew. They had a watchdog circuit that would turn the computers on if they ever turned off. But when an update was pushed, they would get stuck in a restart loop. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that is terrifying.
They sent me 36 hard drives with Linux builds on them the next week. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Windows, not that great. Am I going the right way? Ugh, who knows? I think this is where it came from. Yeah, there we are.
Yeah, at some point I'm gonna have to switch to Linux, right? You have to.
That would be ideal, I suppose.
It's just like another tech project I just don't want to do.
I feel you. Especially now.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I have no excuse now, but I gotta fix this fucking printer over here, and the water purifier is not working, so.
Hmm. I just mean we're like busy bees.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, it takes a little bit of commitment.
And like, I only have one computer, so like, if I had a laptop that I could fuck around with, I would fuck around with the laptop, setting it up with Linux. But I have seen machines still being used today that have GUI versions of DOS as an operating system. You know what's crazy is the comic book shop that I've been going to since I was a kid, the owner passed away recently, but he had their computer that like ran the whole store was running DOS. Hey, Oscar420, welcome back. Hey, Never.
Hey, what's up, dudes? Alright, where the heck am I? Alright, so I gotta go backwards.
Yay, I can't wait to see what else the update fucks up. Apparently it doesn't recognize my headphones as an input-output anymore.
Ugh.
It's just as an output. Ah, fuck. Yeah.
That's so fucking annoying. It feels, I mean, like, the reason why everyone's always terrified of updates is because they're always making things worse. When will you learn? Hmm. Okay.
Hey, Gage. Welcome to the Rumble chat.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome. What's up with you, man?
What's going on over here?
I'm just chilling, talking to chat while Trisha plays Elden Ring, bringing Christianity to the lands between.
Okay.
Deus Volt, etc.
Hell yeah. I mean, heaven, yeah.
There was like that post where the guy was like talking about how he's like, what did it say? Oh fuck! So I took a screenshot because I was like, man, this is some real shit right here. Here it is. Guys will see this Robo Beauty and say, hell yeah. And it's like the most fucked up, like...
The most fucked up looking
like,
thing.
look at
yeah.
this face.
I think you've showed it to me before. Oh,
Like-
God.
Like, look how fucked up this thing is.
Yeah.
Oh, can I even, like, put it in the... What dick tickling turd burglar gave a thumbs down? Oh, I didn't even see that we have a thumbs down on Rumble. I don't know, maybe it was someone who was like, Oh man, he hashtag male liberation on this. Incredible. Hold on. But yeah, someone commented, like this woman commented, and she said, "Heaven, yeah," with like an asterisk, and it was like, "What are you? Are you
What are
a
you
bot?"
doing?
I like looked at her profile. I was like, "Are you like AI? Like what?" Did you see the post? He's like saying like replace all women with like robots.
She has no idea what's going on.
She's like, "Please say heaven, yeah, not hell, yeah."
It's gotta be a bot.
Yeah.
There's no way.
God, this face like disturbs me. Hold on, I'll curse all of you guys with it.
Oh yeah, you're posting in the Discord?
Yeah, let me. I don't have the Discord app on my phone, so I have to like. Use my handy dandy Dropbox, which is DMing it to Trisha and.
I guess I should go up the Spirit Spring, but I think I know where this leads to
A
already.
bot or a Baptist? Oh yeah, there's like there's like a guy. There's a guy on, I don't know if you know the social media site Minds, but there's like some real fucking schizos on there.
Yeah, unfortunately. And like mine's had a lot of potential, but it just could not get enough normal people boosting posts. Man.
Man. But yeah, mine's lost theirs. Yeah, so he keeps on posting about like he keeps on posting about replacing women with like robots and stuff. And he's like
Juggernaut powers. Yeah. Goddamn right.
yeah, he refers to women as bio-cunts, which is like...
Which is as unhinged as you can probably get.
And I was like... I said something about him hating women. He's like, I don't hate women.
What are you talking about? You're projecting. Not me.
It's like, dude, you're out of your fucking mind. He's like, I'm entirely apathetic towards it. But then he like talks about killing women. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? You're out of your fucking mind. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's as stupid as you can get.
David Myers just posted like a flank guy with a flamethrower.
Agreed.
Isn't her
David,
face
agreed.
so like fucked up? The like the wife bot thing. First of all, wife bots don't exist. There's like sex bots, but like he has this fantasy where there's like a robot that's gonna be like cleaning things around
Yeah,
the
it's gonna be
house
his
and
wife
stuff.
for him, and
Yeah.
no back talk and
like
whatever else.
Man, he was like
she'll care for our sons.
Yeah, someone made like some joke where they were like, what happens if her saran wrap subroutine goes haywire, and then while I'm sleeping she saran wraps my head over and over again and I suffocate? And he's like, they would have fail safes so that would never happen, and she would never hurt you or your sons. And it's like, oh man, this is like more insane than I realized, because he's like imagining this like robo waifu that's going to like somehow give birth to like kids for him, but only male kids. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, guy is deranged, and he boosts so
He boosts his
much.
posts.
I'm sure that he's paying. I'm sure that he's paying Minds to keep on boosting.
Yeah, like he's paying real money to advertise his like ideology to
Yes,
people.
and it is actually hurting the platform. No joke. Because I have definitely seen a lot of people not want to be on Minds when that's the type of stuff that they see as soon as they open up the website. Okay, well, there's the other grease that I got.
I don't know why I can't find a woman. Why I can't find a GF? Stupid women. What? Wait, what? Care for their sons? There is no failsafe, not for AI.
know what the point of this grace is, but okay.
There's already there's like two of them on mine. So there's a couple, I guess, but there's like two main ones. One of them is like he's turned on by fox girls, and specifically like fennec foxes. I know this because he wrote, he's like, a fennec fox is like a nice, kind creature. So naturally, it's the antithesis of like whatever
Women.
yeah, of women, of biocunts. And I was like, I asked like, why are you calling them biocunts? She was like, they're inferior wombs. It's like, they're the only wombs, you fucking idiot. Like, what are you talking about?
They're only legal wombs, at least.
Like, what the
Jeez.
fuck?
Oh god.
Fox girls? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you know, I think I have somewhere on here the fucking... The dude wrote a book. One of the guy into Fox Girls wrote a book. He paid like top dollar for like a really good artist, you know.
Love to Draw says incels are to men's advocates what PETA
Yeah.
is to animal advocates. Exactly. You got it.
Man, so he'll post these like erotic pictures of like fucking fox girls. Oh my god, I found one. Did you?
Oh no. How bad is it?
His caption is just so fucking funny. Like, hold on, let me put this in the Discord real quick.
Terrified.
It's so fucking funny. No. How do I share this? This is so fucking stupid, what do you call it? Gilded app, like, just doesn't show up when you hit share. Albums. Okay, this isn't the one I was looking for, but this is so fucking funny. I saw this alone and started just hysterically laughing because it's just so fucking insane. Alright, this is like the epitome of like insane, like MGTOW, like
Don't ever let yourselves become this. No matter how bad it gets, boys, you can't be this person. Ugh, man, I don't know where to go, man. I might just have to look it up. I feel like I just keep on missing whatever I'm supposed to see.
So if you're not in the Discord, I can tell you what the image is. It is a erotic image of a fox girl with like blonde hair eating bacon, and then it says the caption he wrote is, "The Jew fears the fox, for
What?
she can sniff them out."
What?
Like, look at the picture, and then that's the caption.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Isn't that the most unhinged
Yeah.
you could possibly write?
I would say yes.
The Jew fears the fox. Oh my god.
Oh, I don't
Man.
think I remembered this.
Endless entertainment from this guy, not gonna lie. I gotta find his like book cover where it's like the fucking titty fox is like hugging him or whatever. Oh god.
Yeah, we should get
Mm.
it's just
Ah.
dead end from what I can tell, unless I have to open up a spirit spring or something. This is. It's not really the direction that I'm trying to go, though, but there is. Actually, I think I've been over there before.
I don't know where I have it. Unfortunate. I'm gonna have to go on that guy's profile to go find his like fucking fox erotica.
That is unfortunate.
Guy's profile is like always. By the way, both of their profiles, it's impossible to find all the like the funny, cringy stuff because they just flood their profiles with like weird porn. Like, it's like the one guy, it's just like fat people porn, like it's like chubby porn. But then the other guy, it's like all fucking fox shit. And only sometimes does he have like amazing primo captions.
Ravaged by raptors.
It pains me to know I will likely never outsell Ravaged by Raptors.
Well, something that we always gotta remember is it was intentional parody. And it was so absurd that people just kind of had to click on it.
No, some of them are... there is real dinosaur porn.
I believe you.
Yeah. I think Ravaged by Raptors is real.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Thought that one was a parody, for sure.
I mean, it sounds like it would be, but no. I think Taken by the T-Rex, Ravaged by the Raptors, In the Pterodactyl Nest. There's a bunch that are written by there's like two serious authors of dinosaur erotica from what I can tell. Or at least they're like fully committed to the bit. Are these as bad as the Raptor books? It pains me to know that I know what those are. So Gage, what do you think? What do you think about the? What do you think about that fox?
Oh God! Showing them the foxes.
The Jew fears the fox.
It's so unhinged.
Oh, fuck.
Yes, this is the waterfall with nothing underneath it. In other words, useless. Yes, I do remember this. Yes. And what have you to say? Okay. I guess there's gotta be
Here we are.
a coffin somewhere here, if he's saying that.
Oh, you know what? I sent it into...
I remember last time I looked around for a coffin and I didn't see one though. And I was like, oh, they must have put it in a different area just to be more obscure for no reason. Yeah, I hate that they have foggy as a season. That's so stupid. Don't like. I guess I can just rest by the grace and like rest until it's not foggy weather anymore, but still stupid.
We're in business, boys. I found it. With much hard work, I have found the most cringy image on the internet. You sent it? I'm on Discord. I don't see it. Oh, I sent it into like the Discord channel, but I can send you both beautiful pieces of art. I can send it directly to your inbox. If you're ever in trouble with the FBI, they're going to ask you about these images, and you're going to have to come up with something. So, good luck. But
good luck, soldier.
Yeah,
this is your battle now.
Let me put this in the...
Alright guys, if any of you see a coffin that I don't see, point it out, please. But I don't see a coffin. Maybe it's added at a different place. But why wouldn't they just give the hint? By the actual area that you're supposed to be in. I don't know. I don't know why they do anything this way.
Well, that's not too bad, actually. Still nightmare fuel regardless. Did you read the caption on the Fox one? I guess I said it out loud, but it's
Yeah. It's,
the Jew fears the fox, for she can sniff them out.
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, but it's weird.
I have no idea. What the fuck, Lamau?
Oh, is this death water? I think this is death water. I think I'm not supposed to actually walk on this.
So this is the cover. This is the art for this meme that he made. Is the cover of his book. Ah, man. The reaction images on that. This guy isn't. This guy isn't playing with all 52, is he? Oh yeah, he fucks dogs. 100%, he fucks dogs. Man. Yeah. No, but that guy is like, he makes these posts where he, like, unsolicited, he'll talk about how, like...
He fucks dogs?
No, he'll talk about, like, how, like, of course, 30-year-old women have a problem with the fact that I want to fuck a fennec fox human-female hybrid because they have what she can never have, which is, like, a kind heart from a fennec fox. Like, it'll be, like, this, like, insane, like... You know.
Yeah. I know.
High quality.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to look up where this goddamn coffin is. Because every single time I load in, it's like foggy, rainy, can't see anything. The fox, the like... Yeah, the fox. The coffin is also made out of stone, and there's stone everywhere, and... What am I to do?
But here's something you guys should keep in mind, right? No matter how bad your life is going.
Not that bad.
It's not that bad, right? Because you don't... you don't want to... You don't want... you don't unironically make posts like that. Like you're not like I posted like a picture of like Trisha at like a convention, and one guy was like, cringe. It's like, dude, you fucking loser, like, get the fuck out of here, go back to your fucking...
As though he can judge what is and isn't cringe.
Go wash your girlfriend in the dishwasher, you fucking retard. What the fuck? What kind of convention? We did Garden State Comic Fest.
Yeah, that was fun.
Sell our comic books and fidget toys and stuff. Yeah, Gage says, yeah, you could be this person, but we're not. So.
Instant win.
Oh, I think the convention that I posted a picture of Trisha was like, she was dressed up as a crusader for the anime one.
That was the anime.
So
Garden
same
State Anime Fest.
Yeah, same guy runs both.
Yeah, and he does a good job. Yes.
Yeah.
I found a thing. Now we're in business.
So normal shit. Oh, did you think that we were doing like a Fennec Fox convention? He was like, cringe, you're not fucking any of them.
Yeah, it's just saying cringe because he's posting about his girlfriend. And he's like, I'm jealous. Ugh. Must try to make them feel bad to make me feel better.
Yeah, the guy is, what's funny is he holds like really intensely feminist viewpoints. Mm-hmm. One of them does. He's like, he thinks that men have been oppressing women for centuries, and
And
like,
they should.
yeah, just like feminists do, but he's like, oh, you should keep doing that. He's so insecure about his his points. Like he'll just respond if you try to engage in like a serious discussion. He'll just respond with like, "All you've done is strengthen my resolve. You can't convert me." And it's like, okay.
Trust me, we all know you're a lost cause.
Cosplay is where I draw the line on normal. Well, dress up in a costume. You do it for Halloween. Why not do it to sell stuff?
This is a good conversation starter. To be like, yes, I do love Crusader stuff. I think that there are definitely inappropriate cosplays out there, but yeah.
The guy that called Trisha cringe. I know he hugs his girlfriend tight after sex. Makes her deflate faster. Oh, God. That guy. Man. There's one guy on Minds that keeps on making posts, like, teasing him. And it makes him so mad every time. He posted like a picture of like a negative review for some like sex doll or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, make sure you don't get yours from like China." And like, I got mine from China. She doesn't look like that. She looks hot. It's like, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, whatever you say, man.
Men and women both have their own roles and both need to be reminded by one another to stay in their lane. I guess so.
Sacred bloody flesh.
To some extent, yeah. But the art of the guy like hugging the like sexualized fox thing, like the jumping hug thing, that is this guy's like.
What is this here?
That is one of these like MGTOW guys like actual like books that he's published. Tragically.
Yeah, well, I guess that's what happens when you have like a really niche, specifically only you follow ideology. You're like, man, I need more followers. I gotta convert some people, man.
He's like trying
put
to
out some literature.
He's like trying to sell his like book or whatever. I was talking to someone who like does like book reviews, and he was saying that guy contacted him and was like, "Hey, can you give me a positive review?"
For money.
But no, for free.
For free? Aww.
And he was like, "No, I can't. I can review it, but I can't just give you a positive review." He's like, "We're on the same side." He's like, he looks at like the
No,
book
we're
cover
not.
and he's like, "I don't think we are."
We're definitely not. Oh, man. Oh, that's so nice.
That is pretty sick. Oh my god, I used to be a pest control professional. We did this house where there was a sex dungeon in the basement
No.
with 5 dolls, and the whip was used a bit too hard. Frigging things were pouring out stuffing, like whip marks. Then we found the splintered wooden dildo.
Oh.
The call was for bed bugs. Oh god.
Oh, God.
That's cheating. MGTOW means men going their own way, as in no women, not replace women with animals.
Hey, good point. I mean, it is still female.
Oh, I posted it in the Discord before, but the one guy made like an AI song where he used an AI to anime girls to sing in like an anime voice. Like his song lyrics, it was so extremely cringy.
Yeah.
I played like a little bit for for Trisha, but I could only listen to like 10
It
seconds
was
before I was like,
awful.
oh, I
Oh
get
my
to stop.
God.
I can't, like, it's too much cringe.
Alright, we got the steak.
I guess he's into hairy women. Not bioholes. That was what the song called them. Like, he had an anime girl say bioholes. Chief Blood Fiend. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Big whiff. You're safe.
Ooh, I don't like those mists.
Have you tried that, the AI songs? I have not.
I mean, it sounded bad from what I heard of his.
Yeah, it sounded pretty fucking brutal.
Plus, like, I have made
Damn.
my own songs before. And I can, just do that.
Yeah. Yeah, Trisha does, like, a little bit of music stuff sometimes. She wrote me a song.
I did.
Squee. But yeah, like, Mr. Love to Draw was having a rough go of it with, like, online
You
dating.
stop with that.
Because online dating sucks. Oh man, his face, too, is rabid. And I was just thinking, like, no matter how bad you feel like you're doing in online dating, at least you're not this guy making anime girls sing his, like, super deranged whatever. It's, like, so much more extreme than MGTOW. Like, MGTOW is, like,
Is it? I just got spirit ashes.
semi-Volcel kind of thing, but...
I was hoping that I would unlock another area, but I didn't. It's just some spirit ashes.
I was meaning dudes into cat and fox girls. No, I got you. I understood your joke. The yeah. Nothing wrong with online dating. Online dating fucking blows. There's nothing wrong with using it, but like, it sucks. It's like, it's good to at least try to get out there, but online dating fucking...
It's a miserable experience.
Miserable experience. Although, 10 out of 10 review from me, so...
it happened to work out for us.
Happened to work out for me, but,
But it's gonna be rough, no matter what. Yeah. I can go up these gravestones, right? Right? Is there one low enough for me to go up? Is this one low enough for me to go up? Come on. How do they want me to do this? Is this just for getting down here?
It's guys like that make me not worry about AI. If it ever becomes self-aware, its first act will be unplugging itself. But yeah, no, I was just thinking, like, however bad you're feeling about your dating life, all you have to do is listen to that guy's, like, insane song where he's like, and then you just remember, like, oh yeah, I'm not doing too bad. I'm not at this level, so I'm okay.
Yeah. That guy will quite literally die alone.
Modern dating's not worth it now. Add social media and all the devils of hell within that. I don't know, man. I think it's not that bad. I think there's plenty of girls out there that are totally fine. Just don't agree to get tied up in an apartment with only a mattress and an old couch.
Almost.
She will take your wallet and leave you there, and then you will find out the apartment was vacant. What? What?
Oh,
What?
come on. Gotta basically get off the damn horse.
Make
Oh
sure you
my god! Sorry.
Mikai used to be empowering before the extremists got in. It was just a way to tell the world men were tired of women being the driving force. They would put out movies like Easy Rider, etc. No interest needed, no damsel to save, just men doing manly things. I can kind of see it, I guess, but like Trisha said, it does kind of just feel like the male version of
Feminism.
So these grave things, they're not intended to be used to go up. They're supposed to be used to get yourself down from a height.
Ugh. But I thought it would be worth trying.
Yeah.
Because if I could go up them, I could go to that area. That would be valuable, because then I could go over there.
Then congrats on the daughter, Gage. You, I see the Discord is full of people putting gifs of nukes in response to the Fennec Fox art. I fucking love the caption on that. the fox eating the bacon. The Jew fears the fox, for she can sniff them out. I think the weirdest part of it is that it's she can sniff them out. It's just such a fucking...
Go get him, girl!
Yeah.
He wants to, like, literally sick his fox girlfriend on Jews?
You know, now that you say it like that, it seems weirder than I first realized.
Yeah, it is weird. Man, I wish I could go up there.
Feminism was empowering as well when it began. I don't know. And
No.
yeah, I think the
Feminism was always bad. Maybe if
I think, like, I don't know, in, like, small doses I kind of get the whole, like, MGTOW's, like, self-improvement thing, because, like,
I understand the concept of both genders being able to, like, advocate for themselves and not being treated like garbage.
yeah,
But you don't have to separate yourself from the other gender in order to do that.
Well, I could see, like, so there's certain stuff that, like, men do for themselves, or they do for the appreciation of other men instead of women, like bodybuilding. Women don't care. Like,
of course.
Women want a guy to be in shape, but, like, no woman really understands what, like, 20-inch biceps look like, right? And, like, that's, like, it's like a dude thing. There's, like, it's like, when you get a really, really nice car, you're not impressing women, you're impressing men. Because it's like, you know what a woman wants in your car? She wants it to be clean on the inside. And she wants it to, like, be reliable.
She wants it to go vroom vroom.
Yeah, like, some girls want the car to go vroom vroom, but I feel like the majority of girls just want a clean car interior.
I just mean she wants it to work.
Yeah.
Not go fast. I would actually prefer the car not go that fast.
Feminism seemed like a way to keep women in the workforce post World War II. It definitely got used like that, yeah.
But yeah.
Whether that was like the architect, whether they like, that was the architect of the plan the whole time. Like that was why it was.
Well, like the founder of the movement basically just admitted that she like fucking hated men and just like wanted women to stop having families and stop being with men. And part of the way to do that is to get women to not marry.
Your Discord allow cursed images? Don't want to break any rules or nothing? I mean...
Not be stay-at-home mothers.
I don't have rules. Just don't make it, like, too fucking gross.
Yeah, how do I get over here? Man, that is like the majority of this stream, me just like theorizing how to get places and then it turning out to be completely fucking wrong. There's gotta be some weird method of actually getting to the other fucking places. Or I just keep on like passing by the actual pathway or some shit. Cause I have no fucking clue, man.
Yeah, like I had a Discord one time, and this guy posted a picture of a guy with his penis in a sandwich, and I was like, why did you just post a picture of a dick in general chat? He's
Good
like,
question.
I didn't. And I'm like, that's a penis, sir. And he's like, oh, I didn't even think about it. I guess it's
You
like
didn't even think about it.
it just has the caption "fuck sandwich." What what? But this guy wasn't like playing with a full deck either.
Yeah, I would say no.
He was dating his stepmother, former stepmother, like his
Ew.
father's ex second wife, and he would brag about getting gum jobs.
Ew.
And he streamed, and I saw what she looked like, and she looked exactly like she sounded like, and she sounded like Dr. Girlfriend. But she didn't look like Dr. Girlfriend. She looked like a crackhead.
She looked in like how
Like a
Dr.
very
Girlfriend
old-
sounded.
She sounded like Dr. Girlfriend. She looked not as good as Dr. Girlfriend. She looked like a crackhead. Probably because she was a crackhead.
Jeez, what a life.
It's hard not to understand MGTOW and 9 out of 10 of the men I know's lives are strictly worse as a result of past relationships. I think it is true. People can underestimate how much a girl can like fuck you up. But it's also kind of nice, you know? It's super nice falling in love and stuff. But yeah, girls can really like whenever people talk about power dynamics, they don't get how even it is. Like I would even say like women have the upper hand in like social arrangements, you know.
It's worth remembering that. Oh, I remember this place now. It's worth remembering that the feminist movement encourages women to act like fucking bitches.
Yeah.
Like, that is their role model, is to be this sassy, manipulative bitch. And that alone can, like, definitely ruin a relationship. Which is, you know, kind of part of the plan in encouraging them to act like that.
Yeah, Gage, I trust your judgment on cursed images. As long as it's not, like, super fucking disgusting, yeah, it's fine. Whatever you want to... Hey, Dr. Girlfriend from Adventure Bros, correct. Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. I'd sooner hop my own wang off than do it with some chicks out there. Chop my own. Okay. So I was thinking, you gotta really hop.
You gotta get that thing off, yeah.
To shake your own dick off, you gotta really hop.
Hop to it.
No. I don't trust my judgment. I can't even see from here. Oh, that's the tis ice.
But yeah, there's a lot of value in relationships, of course. It's difficult to find the right person.
I think it probably also depends on where you live. Love to draw it. You live in
course,
like Pennsylvania. I don't know. I mean, some areas of Pennsylvania are probably fine, but it is blue.
Yes, it is quite blue.
I know, like Lowry, who's like lived in Massachusetts, and he was like sucks and is gay.
Yeah.
So.
Philadelphia, geez, what a clusterfuck that place is.
Yeah. I sent it to your DM. I don't trust my judgment.
Whoa. Oh my god.
Everything's okay.
Alright.
I live in a rainbow state. I liken it to hell. Oh god, what the fuck?
What's happening over there?
I guess your judgment was correct and not send that to general chat. The fuck is that? The unsee button. Yeah, I can relate.
is where the place is on the map. But it doesn't look like I can get there. Unless I was able to go up those gravestones, which I apparently not. Wonder if there's a spirit spring on the top of this mountain or something. Maybe that leads me over there? Don't think, but, you know, it's worth checking.
Love the area. The people all belong in the asylums we shut down. Yeah, I was taught in school it was a good thing that we shut down the asylums, and then there was like... I mean, my whole class was Italian, so there was always like a lot of... there was a lot of just like inherently based opinions. And like even like
You're very lucky for that.
even like like I assumed everyone had it the same everywhere.
Experience.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's like, yeah, for some reason, like statistically, Italians tend more towards being based.
Well, because they're raised to be proud of their heritage and who they are. And...
Oh yeah, same with the Irish, right?
Maybe.
But even like the good girls in the class, like the girls that didn't like talk out of turn, they were like, but what about the really crazy dangerous people? And then the teacher was like, well, they should go see therapy. And then like people were like, yeah, but
do something about them.
But people can't afford like what if they're like super crazy and they just like want to eat people's faces and they don't want to go to therapy because they're so crazy. And they're just like, oh well, then that would be against the law. So if they do that, they'll get arrested. It's like, but they'll have eaten someone's face.
Yeah.
It's like...
And then, like, every now and then we get a shooting, and they immediately go to blaming the guns.
Yeah, not
it's like, why don't you bring back the asylums?
Yeah,
how about that?
Not the absolutely insane motherfuckers. It's like... Hey, Joseph Choi. Happy Wednesday to you too. Yeah, so you were saying in the Discord before we started flooding it with bizarre furry images that you got your package. Yay! I'm glad your kid liked the fidgets. I was writing a handwritten note to explain what each of them were. But then Trisha taped up the box.
Yeah, I was literally taping it up while he was writing, and he didn't say anything.
I just assumed you were doing something else. You were taping up some other side of the box that had like a rip or something. Because I was like, all right, let me just write the note. And then I went over to write the note, and I turned back, and Trisha has taped up the box. So it's like, oh, well, I guess never mind. We'll just tell...
He's a smart kid.
We'll just tell him next time he hops onto stream what the toys are.
Okay.
I don't know what they were, though. I don't know what I put in there. But...
I'm sure we could jog our memories.
Wow, they are fidget toys.
I think they are
currently lurking and slaving away in the Eve, but dang, y'all are based. Love the content. Oh, thank you, Axe Die Gaming. Happy to have you lurking in the shadows.
Welcome aboard. I take it as a great compliment.
So I missed out on a handwritten note that I could keep for posterity when you get all famous? Yeah. Yeah, so don't worry. I will write more handwritten notes. I've taken to including an original art piece in all orders. Where I exhibit my exceptional art skills.
Oh, what if one of these coffins? This is the coffin. I don't think it is, but...
Where else are you guys streaming? Streaming on YouTube.
Streaming on YouTube Rumble.
I figure it's good to have a Rumble because it has a lot more permanence. Because in this in telling like this story, I had to explain how that guy was referring to women as bio cunts, and I'm pretty sure that's not a YouTube approved term. So Rumble feels a lot more permanent for when they eventually ban us, but you know. Welcome back, David Myers. Super stoked to use the tablet to make book covers and some illustrations for it.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
I included the screen cover in there too, so maybe that'll help with the squeaking.
Yeah. Oh, he says the tablet is not squeaky at all. You guys must have fixed it.
Well, give it time.
That's super cool. You're including inside the book more illustrations. I'm actually thinking, like, for my fantasy thing, I might want to put in some black and white illustrations, like, within the book, like, because I was saying, like, to like this writing Discord I'm in, if you had $1,000 to blow on a book, like on the production of the book, what would you do? And they were all like, just advertising. I was like, no, not allowed. You have to like, what would you blow money on in the interior of the book? Because there's all these options when you go to like a book printer, and they're like, oh, we could put gold like color stuff on the outside of the pages.
You can write your entire book in blood, you know.
And then like embossed covers where like the text is raised and stuff.
Yeah.
Like and like and like hardcover and things like that. But I think like illustrations on the inside, like a certain number of illustrations. For like certain, especially maps and things. I think people really like maps. I hate maps, but people like them, so maybe I should like include them. I don't know.
I like them too, except when it's an Elden Ring map. Because I still am trying to figure out what this puzzle of getting to progress the game is.
Sub to your YouTube. Oh, thank you.
Well, welcome aboard. We do our best to start streaming at like 10 p.m. EST for whatever nights we can. Usually every night, but you know.
Also that YouTube is now age restricting and demonetizing videos talk about and shoot full auto rifles, etc.
Oh yeah, machine guns.
I assume you've seen the Brandon Herrera video that came out today. That was super funny.
That was really funny.
So this is a semi-auto.
Yeah, he goes through the whole spiel, and then he's like, can you back away for a second?
Yeah. I'm just going to pull the trigger really fast. Yeah. Like,
after all, I'm a professional.
It's it's semi-auto.
Alright. I don't think there's anything over here.
I may have. It was hilarious. Yeah, that was a cute video. I like that. Oh, the guy with his freaking AK-50, so nuts. Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah,
he's a funny guy.
He was shooting a 50 cal machine gun, and he was like, "Oh, because YouTube says that you're not allowed to have fully auto. This is a semi-auto 50 cal machine gun, and one trigger pull is one bullet, and he shoots one bullet, and he's like, okay, now just go over there a little bit with the camera." And then he's like, now I'm going to pull the trigger really fast. he just like lets it rip like full out of like dumps a gazillion rounds.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're getting to that time. Actually, we're at that time already. So
oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to figure this out later.
Late AF. I'm really enjoying the book I'm writing right now, by the way. It's just like, maybe it's just because I'm like a writer, but like I have this convention I can't talk about within the book, like this like thing, and it just makes it so fucking fun. I like it. I feel like once I don't have this thing, like once, because it's like a sci-fi convention that I've like come up with. Mm-hmm. Once I don't have it, I feel like I'm gonna miss it so much. But it's so fun to write with. There's two things actually that I really like writing around. The fantasy thing is fun too, because I have like a guy with elemental magic, so I kind of get to describe the weather and stuff much more in like all the nature and like intense detail, because he's sensing it more sharply, you know. And that I enjoy a lot too. I can't wait to have this like next book done and like in people's hands. It's already super nice to be able to give chapters to my buddy John and have him like read it and stuff and like get feedback.
Yeah.
I'm very blessed to have that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like, it's always exciting to get to read a new
Yeah.
book of yours.
Aww. You're sweet.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, totally not full auto. Yeah, we believe Brandon if he says that. It's yeah.
He wouldn't lie to us.
We wouldn't lie to us.
Especially not to YouTube.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna call it a night.
Yeah.
We'll, I'll probably look up how to get to the other areas. or where that coffin is, because,
Yeah.
like, how the fuck am I supposed to know where this goddamn coffin is, you know? I feel like I should have came across it by now, honestly.
Maybe you did, and there's like a lay down emote you have to do.
I mean, if I actually have to emote and not just interact with it, I'll be very upset. I will be actually
Because there was.
fucking
Remember that
furious.
coffin you could get into, and you're like, haha,
Yeah.
transition, and I was like, oh, it's weird that it's not. Maybe you have to do the dragon gesture where you sit down.
No, I won't accept that.
Mm.
Maybe you have to get an enemy to actually put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Into the coffin.
Glad I caught you for the end of the stream. Thanks again. Well, thank you, and
Yeah.
I'm glad you. And I hope you like the book too. You got my treading water. Hopefully you enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's much better than my first book for sure. I'm yeah.
That's how you sell all your other books. Is like, my first book is trash, but these.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's so long. It's been so long ago now. It's been almost a decade.
No, I get it. I
Cause,
look at my old comics and I'm like, man, my art sucked.
Because like
Nobody
Leaves
should
the
see this.
Leaves the World Tree came out in 2015. Like
Yeah.
that's a long fucking time ago.
Yeah.
It's forever ago. I still need to finish Slayer. Oh yeah, finish that. That's good. That's really good. That's better than.
Well, it's your latest, so naturally.
Yeah, it's my latest as naturally. I'm proud of both of them. The difference in quality is not that stark between the two, but the difference between a book I wrote like 9 years ago and like my most recent book, obviously the jump is like tremendous. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't think I have the right one. Oh yeah, so on YouTube we're streaming on Dannphan because like
fans.
Trisha is a big famous YouTuber and her YouTube is Dannphan, so it's
yeah,
like
so it's like
Dannphan.
connected to the Dannphan channel.
But that is in fact
So
my
it's Game Fans with PH, by the way.
yeah, that is in fact my YouTube channel. We don't have a Game Fans Rumble, so we just stream through my like Adam Meisner Rumble. So yeah. The real Gary Oak has just showed up in chat. What?
After watching, oh wow, that's a lot of names he's
After
throwing
watching
out there.
Zeppela, HQZ, MTG Captures, Arthur's, Savix, Matsui Zekai, Asmon Golds, Wolfie VGCs, YouTube recommended me a stream.
Ah, there Derek is.
Yes.
What is up?
Gage MP5 himself.
I still have to finish Leaves and Reaper 2. I read like 10 plus books at a time.
It's just swapping between them. Well, forget about Leaves. You know what? You should read Slayer first, and then go back to.
Oh, hey, the pharmacist.
And then go back to Leaves later and be like, wow, he's come so far.
I've been lurking and just listening to you guys talk about some deranged guy while I play Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah. It's it seems like it's just
that guy is so crazy, man. Yeah. He's so much content you can get from these types of people.
I mean, I feel like people, whenever I tell a story about someone like totally insane, someone will be like, oh, like, how do you run into all these like crazy people? So
you have the worst luck.
I feel like I just noticed them.
People.
It's also like everyone on Minds runs into this guy because he like boosts his posts and comments on everyone's shit. Like,
yeah, I also feel like you're very friendly, or
I guess so.
Yeah,
like outgoing.
You're very approachable, and so maybe crazy people feel like they can always go to you, whereas other people will be annoyed with them and push them away. I don't know.
Oh, should we do a watch along with the the video? But you don't have it set up?
I don't have it set up, but I can get it set up.
Okay.
Oh shit.
We don't have to, cause like, I don't know, people.
Do you not want to?
I don't care so much. I don't know if people. Well, I guess just does people want to watch it?
I mean, they can always go directly to your channel, which is in the description, by the way. We have all the channels in the descriptions, and we got a Discord, and we got a website with our books and stuff like that.
There's Artemis too. She thinks she can talk to the Viking spirits. Who's Artemis? She gets wasted and takes pills. I got an hour, so I'll chill with you guys. Alright.
Alrighty then. So we'll call it a night then.
Maybe next time we'll watch it, because it's late now, so
it is pretty late.
yeah. I have a bonus story at the end of that. Well, I don't know. There's a bunch of people hanging out. You guys wanna watch? It's kind of a long video though. It's like 18 minutes. And it's already.
It's 18 minutes. My goodness.
Yeah.
It is an interesting video though. Yeah.
Next time.
Next time.
But if you guys just want to watch it, it's on my channel. So.
You can
Check it
recommend a lot of videos on his channel because he tells stories about all the crazy people that he's met.
I've gotten much better at like telling the stories to the camera because it is harder because I'm mostly like feeding off of people's reactions, so it's hard for me to DM through a computer too, like run Dungeons and Dragons, because I'm usually like looking at people's faces. So when I don't see anyone react, it's like some part of my brain isn't like firing properly, so it's hard for me to tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
But I got used to telling stories to the camera, so like now the videos are a little, and then I'm editing them now, so now I kind of have more of a handle over it. So I think like my last like 3 videos are like fine, and the rest of them are good stories. I would say probably better stories than the most recent ones, but the editing and like the storytelling isn't as good. So.
Yeah. But real life stories, tales of a liberal art college.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh boy. The exact kind of crazy people you think would be there are there. They're there. And Adam
Yeah.
has met them all.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like the guy, yeah, it's funny, because, like, there's so many insane, like, the guy who, the lactating guy, that story, there's so many more stories about that guy. I didn't even think of them when I was, like, telling the story, because there's, like...
It's funny just to refer to some guy as the lactating guy.
Yeah, like the lactating
like,
guy who, like, couldn't wipe his own
for
ass.
For the people who don't even know what the hell you're talking about, they're like, wait, what? Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, there's a guy that lactates that he met. Real story. Real story.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he like, there's so many more...
Milkman.
The Milkman. Oh, yeah, no, I have like storytime videos on my YouTube channel where I talk about like real stories that I've like seen in real life, like not like cuz like I write fiction stories, and like oftentimes people would be like, "Oh, well, like, oh, you can't write this stuff." You can write it. You can write it way better. And so like real stories they're not good for like fiction. Like you could just do better in fiction. You could always like edit the story to make it better, but I just tell actual stories of like real people that I met on the YouTube, because like it's kind of like where they should live. They should live someplace permanently, because I tell people the story, but then after I haven't told the story for a while, I kind of like come out of practice. So I feel like telling a story as like to record it someplace is like a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, so you can go check out his YouTube channel in the description.
Yeah, and next time we'll do a little watch along at the end, and then I'll tell a bonus story about like both of the people in the video, because I remembered other stories about them later.
Yeah, and I'll look up how to get to the St. Trina area, because I'm sure, like, if I know where the coffin is, obviously I know to interact with it. It's just a matter of finding where the frick it is. But yeah, so we'll do that next time, and then that'll be some progression. So, but till then, everybody, good night.
Thanks for hanging out.